Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sergeant Alex here, and by the gloomy rain, the scenery, and probably the previous video, if you watched the time lapse, you guessed it. I'm at the castle, and this is our 5 minute tour, which is definitely going to take over 5 minutes, considering it took me about 3 hours to build this thing. I definitely used the resizer mod just in the beginning. My previous time lapse video of the Starlight Drive-In redo, the time lapse for that in the first minute and 30 seconds, it covers the mods I've been using. So if you want to shoot on over there. And we're going to start up with the upper balcony in each little bastion here, bastion corner. We have the artillery, and along the two walls I gave some heavy turrets and stuff with a power grid running around the whole place. And it runs down into the tunnel, so I want to have the wiring as neat as possible. In the areas that look over the water, little turret for defense because the stairs are right there, and you have your little guard post to look over it. Around the next corner is where it is a little bit better defended. I have the laser turret, and imagine like if raiders are attacking or something, they'd want to go after the water purifier, so want to give that extra defense. Moving around, we have our another artillery with some more defense looking over this little piece of land for invaders. Some defenses set up. And looping it around back to where we started. And that is it. All the fences mostly point out. There's a few pointing inwards just in case people do get in. And we're going to go up to our first building, which we're going to start from the roof and work our way down. Which this one's sort of a little barracks. You have some guard posts to overlook the settlement itself. Some machine gun turrets because it's simple. And then moving around, here we have our stairs which bring us down into the building, which we have our beds here. I was going to do some more building here. I couldn't figure out what I want to add here. And with the way I designed it, I could also put a staircase up to there or a ladder or something for extra storage. And moving on here, we have a little staircase that goes down to the wall and brings us to the front door where my power armor is sitting there. And the rain's clearing up, so it's nice and beautiful. And around our little building here is where we have our farms. We're going into the armory, ignoring the building next to it for now. That's a little bit of a surprise. In the armory, I didn't change much. I just made it more of a weapons crafting area. Added some storage. It's more for weapon storage. And then moving on out into this little building, which Preston found his desk. He has it's a little bit of an office, some storage for the troops, and it's also power armor.
Got work to do. Can't talk now.
With them having laser turrets in the armory and a sentry bot, I figured the Minutemen are advanced enough to start making power armor and stuff. So have some power armor that they're currently working on. They find a little power armor station for repairing it, and some more storage and work areas, and some empty frames that they're working on. And popping out this door brings us right around to our little rear defense area, I like to call it, where I added this lovely little room, which lets you which has two little areas to look over so you can attack anybody from that area. And it brings us right back up to the top. And walking around. Now heading back down. I'm going to start in here into our little into the bastions. In here I didn't do much because there's not a lot. I just added some bathrooms because I figured they're gonna have to go and like some privacy. I don't have any showers or anything that I can add. And moving down, each little bay, this bay goes on to the next one, which is more of a medical bay. Like, ooh, I need to get patched up and stuff. So there's the chem station and the little shop for medical, along with the decontamination arc. And the guy needs bed rest. There's some beds here for him to stay comfy in that have a little bit of a medical feel too. In here we have the main barracks where everybody gets to sleep. And then moving on down, a little weapon storage area, and then a smaller office. Then these next few bays are empty. And then right here we have some picnic tables for more like a mess area to sit down and eat. Speaking of the mess, here is the bar with the cooking station and a little table here to eat. And I added some weights. And for a little general store, this is supposed to have a little rec room feeling. I would definitely add a jukebox or something. The power runs all the way through here, and because I am using a lot of power, I went with this generator, which runs right up to connect it to the main grid, which you can get a good view once I walk into the center of the castle. Runs up here, and then I just did poles going around. It stops there because it goes onto that building and runs along it. And I did this just to make the wiring a little neater. I think the Minutemen are advanced enough when it comes to settlement building. And then to finish it off, I made a shooting range, complete with Raider mannequins. If I could actually walk in, you can skip around here and light them up. You have little Raider themed mannequins. In the time lapse, you actually see me go out and hunt them. And I added some wood walk here to kind of break it up and give it a theme. And don't want to blow up everything, but since they're supposed to be defending the Commonwealth from raiders and super mutants, I figured it'd be nice to add a little shooting range to the castle. And that is pretty much wrapping it up. I hope you enjoyed this 8-minute tour. I tried doing as fast as I could while showing you as much as humanly possible. And before I forget, missile turret there. Over on the workbench we have 2 laser turrets and a searchlight. And I want to walk up and show you the last little bit I forgot to, which is on top of the weapons armory forge thing. And that is just the last little guard stand to overlook everything. And that, I do believe, is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, comment what you thought about the settlement, what you do differently. Also comment down below what settlement you would like to see next. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Definitely more content coming on along the way. And I hope you have a nice day.